Hi, I'm Heather, and this is knitting update number 41 for Saturday, February 28th. And it is the last day of February. We made it. We made it through February, usually the worst month of the year in terms of the winter weather. Thankfully, it's a short month, and also sometimes March can be bad too. And it is sunny today. It is on the milder side, although it was milder this morning, last night. And then it just means that a lot of stuff melted, and then now it's frozen again and there's ice everywhere. So not great. But what can you do? We're in the winter, and this winter has been like exceptionally rough. I think this is the first time in my memory that we've had snow all winter. Like I've never seen the grass. I haven't seen the grass at all this winter since November. The beginning of November, the snow started. And I live in Canada. We do have winter here, and it's definitely mostly snowy usually, but normally it doesn't start till after Christmas. Like we'll get some snow before Christmas, but it'll melt. It'll be not that much. And then maybe the worst of it is like January, February, where you kind of have a lot of snow and might get really cold, but then it'll usually thaw for a little bit. This winter it's just been straight snow on the ground since November. And even we have like huge snow banks outside. So I'm looking at right now. The end of our driveway, we have a snowbank that's taller than I am, so that'll probably be there for a while, even if it is milder and stuff starts melting. And it's like that everywhere. Parking lots, like half the parking lots you go to, like at the grocery store, at the mall, or whatever, half of the parking lot is just snowbanks because that's when they come and plow, they just shove it all to the edge of the parking lots, but half the parking lot is now just snowbanks. So it's kind of annoying to go anywhere because the parking is pretty limited. But yeah, that's kind of crazy. I don't think I remember a winter like this for a long, even like maybe when I was a kid. I have no memory of winters like this. Glad to be coming to the end. I can't wait to be able to just go outside, sit outside in the sunshine. But yeah, hopefully that's coming soon. So let me show you the progress I've made on my ghost horse sweater. And I'm just going to show you the back side because the stitches are a bit more spread out there. I still haven't switched to a longer cable because I don't want to finish my white mountains right now. I feel like I'm really in a good flow state with this sweater, so I do not want to take a chance of like interrupting that and finishing the body of the white mountains and then coming back to this because maybe I just won't want to. And I really want to have this finished for Nashville. And White Mountains can like even I almost feel like I can wait until next fall to kind of finish that one. No, I'm gonna finish it before then, I think. So let me show you. Here's the horse head. There's the eye. There's the mane. So yeah, I was hoping to be a little bit further on the horses, so there'd be kind of more to show, but whatever. Look how great the color work is looking, actually. I'm like super pleased with this pattern. Yeah, I think it's looking great. Let me tell you another upside of this pattern is there have not been really any long floats to catch. I think so far I've done 3 rows, like these more recent ones have had longer stretches of one color, so I've had to do some float catching for the first time in this whole pattern, and it sucks. I kind of forgot how much it sort of takes you out of the flow state of the pattern, and it just, yeah, not a big fan. So I'm really only catching the floats if it's 8 stitches or more. Because it's a sport weight pattern, I feel like if it's a seven stitches, like the floats are not super long. They're about this long or this long. So I don't know, is that just like about an inch or a little bit more than an inch maybe? I don't have a problem with that. And I think even just for the enjoyment of working on it, I'd rather not catch those floats. I don't think that I'm gonna get caught in that when I'm taking the sweater on and off. So I'm okay with that. And maybe your comfort level is different, and that's fine, that's cool. But that's what I've been doing. So I'm loving it. I'm on, I think, row 38 or 39 out of the 68 rows of the colorwork, so I'm more than halfway. This is how much of the silk tweed, silk mohair I have left. And a little bit more, I think, of this one. So I guess I've been using maybe more of the dark. It looks like I have less of the tar colorway. So I have 2 more skeins of this and 2 more of the light color. I was kind of hoping to get the colorwork portion done before I ran out, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. But maybe the light color will last until the end of the colorwork, which would be great. Yeah, because I can't really get more of either of them, so I'm really hoping that it'll be enough. It's 600 yards of each for the silk tweed mohair, whatever, silk clown, whatever. I don't feel like that's a lot. There's 1,200 for the whole sweater, so I don't know. I guess we'll find out at some point. But I'm feeling pretty good that it will be enough, because once the yoke is done, this is kind of like the most, and then the body is just a little bit narrower, and I'm not going to make it super long, and then I'm going to add some black color work in the color work at the bottom, and then black ribbing, and then it's just the sleeves, and I think it'll be good. It's the cable on this is so short. Anyways, so that's it for the ghost horse sweater, and this is a pattern by Boylan Knits or Caitlin Hunter. I don't want to forget to mention that, but yeah, I'm sorry, I'm loving the colorwork motif on this. My only other sort of issue is I think it's pretty good, like high contrast between the optic and the onyx, but the optic does have some of these dark flecks in it, and some stretches are pretty long and they are very dark and it looks like the onyx. So there have been some points where I've been confused. I thought that I did the wrong color, and then I realized, like, it's good that I'm holding it with a light color of the mohair, because yeah, otherwise I would have been convinced that I actually use the onyx in a spot where I should use the optic. But I think overall, so I was a little bit worried that, is it gonna like work against the color work, because there's gonna be it's gonna look black in places where it should look white. But I think overall it's looking great. And then one other thing I want to talk about quickly is my plan for my next project. So that is, once this is finished, I think I want to finish I like having a garment and an accessory on the needle, so I don't think I need to finish my I Want to Hold Your Hand scarf, except for I have the deadline of Knit City Toronto, which is going to be soon. It's going to be in like 3 weeks or something. I think it's the end of March 26th or 27th. So I want to finish this. I want to probably finish my White Mountains, and then I can start a new garment. And I have this Noro yarn. I'll show it to you first. So this is the Noro Compito. I don't know how to say it. I don't want you to see the price. But there's the info. So it's 35% silk, 35% cotton, and 30% polyamide or polyamide. And then for 150 gram dragon's egg, it is 450 meters. And you would knit this on recommended needles are a US 4 to 6 or a 3.5 to 4 millimeter. And I have 3 of these dragon egg balls. So I bought one initially and I started making a hat with it, and then I was like, why am I doing this with a cotton and silk yarn? That's not going to fly for me. It's going to get stretched out and it won't have the memory to shrink back like a wool does. So I frogged that, and then I realized, like, I only have one ball. It is 450 meters is like a significant yardage, but it wasn't even enough to do a vest. So I thought maybe I could do the Abbas vest by Rosa Pomar, but I don't think it was enough yardage. And then I also had lost the tag, so I didn't want to risk like ordering more online, but I ended up going back to the yarn store where I bought the initial ball, and they had more of it, so thank goodness. So I bought 2 more balls, and now I have enough to make a garment. But my dilemma is, what garment should I make? Because I have not been able to stop thinking about this project and what to do with this yarn. I think the big thing is I also bought more of this yarn because I was going to make a garment to wear to Florida, or to bring with to Florida, because I thought I was going to be going to Florida this month, and then I changed my mind and now I'm going to Dollywood. I still want to make a spring garment with this yarn because I love the color. Let me show you again. I just think it's so pretty, like this like greenish yellow with all the other colors mixed in. I really like it. I've been thinking about doing this Zakuri cardigan, which I feel like is a super popular pattern, or a lot of people were making it maybe last year. And there is someone, Knitily, on YouTube and Instagram, and I'm pretty sure she knit a version of it in a cotton or plant-based fiber, which is encouraging to me that this would also work for that. I think it is a DK or sport weight, so I think it would be okay. Can make it work. Or I could knit another Rillin pullover, which is a sweater that I've already made, and I actually made it in a Noro, and it was also a plant-based fiber. It was a Akiri Solo. I really like how it turned out, except for I made it too big. So I could do another version of it in this and do a smaller size, which I love to have both. I would love to have the oversized version and then a smaller version. Because I think the oversized is really nice, but it's kind of hard to style it with a lot of stuff. And I think if it was just a little bit smaller, they could sort of serve two different purposes in my wardrobe. You know what I mean? It wouldn't just feel like a repetition. You know what? Let me get that other Rillin. I feel like I've talked about it a lot, but I've never showed it or worn it. So let me just take a minute right now to go grab it. Also realize that I'm wearing this sweatsuit again. It is like my favorite sweatsuit. I think the sweatshirt part isn't that exciting. I like the pants a lot more, and the pants were actually, my husband got them for me for Christmas more than 10, probably 15 years, 12 years ago. And I love them so much, but they're such a weird color. And they're also kind of like a weird fit. They're like a tapered leg, but they're a little bit different than most sweatpants. Like there's lots of seams, has a lot of visual interest going on. He only bought me the pants. I had a really hard time wearing them because I didn't know what to match them with. And then a couple years ago, I found out about Poshmark, and I went on Poshmark and I found the matching sweatshirt by some miracle. And it is a size like extra small, which I would never have bought, but it is an oversized fit. So it works. It's not that oversized on me, but I like the fit of it. And I'm so happy to have a sweatsuit, and I just love wearing it because I think it's so weird and different. But I don't like wearing it out in public that much because I don't know what shoes to wear. It's the same problem where like I could wear black shoes with it, but it's just really hard. So I like to wear it on days where I'm just at home and I can enjoy it, you know, on my own. Sometimes I'll wear, if it's kind of like a warmer day and I can wear sandals. I actually bought a pair of Crocs that were tie-dyed. They were so weird and ugly, but they like were a perfect match color-wise because it had like orange and purple and magenta and other colors. But I stupidly left them outside, and I didn't know that Crocs will shrink in the sun, and they were left on our back step. I think because I got them kind of muddy, so I just didn't want to wear them in the house. And I left them there, and the next time I tried to put them on, they were too small. They were like 2 sizes too small. So that was really unfortunate. Anyways, here's my Rillin sweater. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's quite oversized. I think I posted a picture of me wearing it. I don't really want to put it on right now. I did end up doing the sleeves like half the length because the body of this was so wide that I didn't want the sleeves to be super long. So I knit them about half the length, and they're actually perfect. But as you can see, like it is quite wide. I'll hold it up, but so the drop shoulder like goes down to my elbow basically. But yeah, I do love it. The yarn is so nice. I love the color of the yarn. So it's another one where like I bought one ball of it in Florida. They only had one ball at the store that I went to. And I had a plan to do a different garment, but it definitely didn't work out. So I ended up taking it home with me, and it sat in my cupboard for a bit. I couldn't decide, and then in September I decided to do, actually I had already ordered a second ball of it when I got home, because I kind of had a plan of making something else, and I thought 2 balls would be enough, because again, it's like one of those dragon egg balls that's like deceivingly like a lot of yardage, but then also like not 2 isn't really enough. So then I kind of put it aside, and then this was the project I picked up when I started feeling better in September, and I went to order more of it. And at first I couldn't find more. I think it's discontinued, but then I ended up being able to find one more ball. So I got it and I knit this whole sweater, but yeah, I think it's way too big. I also feel like the reason why I didn't block it also is because I didn't want it to stretch out even more. But yeah, I still do really love it. So I don't know, like the Zakuri cardigan looks like a great sweater and I really like it, and I also feel confident it would look good in the plant-based fiber. But I almost think now that I'm thinking about it, I'm kind of talking myself into wanting to just make another one of these, because I really like the texture. And I remember it being pretty fun to knit, and it's a really nice pattern, and I would like to do it so that like I want the shoulder to hit more here, you know, the drop sleeve instead of here. And yeah, I think it will work better with a lot of my bottoms, whereas this one, like I said, it's kind of hard to style it because it doesn't really, the oversized fit is nice, but it doesn't look that great with a lot of my pants. So I think I'm talking myself into doing the Rillin. But if you want to weigh in between the two, I think I'll post pictures so you can kind of see what I'm talking about, but also, or if you have a DK weight pattern. Yeah, also, I guess this pattern is Aran weight, and like I said, this yarn is DK weight, but I'm pretty sure I knit this on 4.5 millimeter needles. And if this is like the recommended is 3.5 to 4, I feel like it could work. I think I'm talking myself into doing the Rillin because it's so cute. Also, like the neckline is huge on this. It's not bad. It's bigger than I would like, but mostly because I like more of a tight fitting neckline, especially because a lot of times I like to wear a t-shirt under my knitwear so that it doesn't, I can wash the t-shirt and I don't have to like worry about washing the sweater so much. Although I wonder if this would be, I wouldn't machine wash this, but maybe this one could be. I'm sure it'll say hand wash, but if it's cotton and silk, I don't know. Look how pretty. I also feel excited to use this because I haven't worked with Noro in a while. I finished those socks not that long ago, but I always want to work with Noro. Like that's my favorite. So I think that's also why I really want to do this next. But I think I just need to focus on doing this cotton blend for spring and summer. I think I should just do the Rillin because honestly, I hate making cardigans. I hate doing the button band and the buttons. It feels stressful to get it right. And then also I don't wear cardigans that often. Even I barely wear my like pullovers, but I think I'm more likely to reach for a pullover style sweater than a cardigan. I made that cardigan number, or the Traveler's cardigan by Ozetta with the Noro mix. It's marled and I love it, and I think the fit is great, but then when I go to put it on with like my jeans, I don't like how it looks. If I go to put it on with my cotton pants, I don't like how it looks. So I think I just have one pair of pants I like to wear it with. And that's not great. I want my knitwear to be a little bit more versatile so I can wear it with other things. So yeah, I think I gotta do the Rillin. I think I gotta do the Rillin. So if you want to weigh in, please still do. Or if you have other DK weight sweater patterns that are tried and true for you, or you like whatever, had fun working on it, you can write in the comments and maybe I'll consider it. But I feel like at this point I already have the Rillin pattern, so probably a top contender. But yeah, I don't know if any of you have this issue. I think I have a bit of OCD. And the worst part of it is like the pattern planning, or if I get like an idea in my head, I can't it just keeps cycling through, and it's the worst. It's kind of the worst feeling. So I have been doing that with this yarn, like trying to like think of a good pattern match so then I can at least stop thinking about it. So even though I'm not going to start on it for a little bit, I think I just need to like settle on something so I can stop thinking about it. But yeah, feel free to help out with that. And let me know if you have the same problem as me. It's really frustrating. It's like the worst. It's exhausting. It feels so tiring to like just think about something nonstop. And it just is an endless cycle. Drive me crazy. Anyways, I think that's it for me for today. Actually, you know what? I don't think. Why do I always say I think that's it? That is it for me. That's it for me for today. See you tomorrow. Bye.